Hi.
Hi.
Yeah. So I think you are left leaning, right?
Huh. I
Okay.
don't know about
So
Sparsh, but I'm left leaning. Yes.
yes. So there is a lot of talk about the power theory in society. So the power relations that govern society, right? So I'm
Hmm.
here to talk about caste, and that's being the way the government is handling it, and the way
Hmm.
society is handling it for 75 years. It
Hmm.
is further entrenching caste into the society, not removing it.
Hmm.
So being a rationalist, right? The moment the things should be on the way to remove them, to remove these things from society. So using reservation, asking for a private company reservation as well. Currently the rationalists in the left space are talking about private reservation as well for the caste
Hmm.
people. So is
Hmm.
it a rationalist
What's the,
thing to support? Is it a rationalist thing to interest caste into the society further?
what is your opinion on this, Light? What do you think?
My opinion is that what should be done is there are three factors on the caste equation. One is the economic factor, one is societal factor,
Hmm.
one is a
Hmm.
religious factor. On the
Okay.
economic factor, yeah, on the economic factor, give everyone who is a poor Brahmin and a poor, uh, let's say, a Sudra or some person is
Scheduled
equal.
caste.
Yeah, scheduled caste is equally economically disadvantaged. So looking at from the from the class perspective, they are equally
So we
disadvantaged.
have we have EWS, right? EWS is based on economically weaker, but it is not
Yeah.
available to people from scheduled caste.
So
So if you're from a scheduled caste and you're poor, the EWS reservation will not be for you. It will only be for upper caste people, or rather non-scheduled caste people, general category people who are poor. Do you think
I'm
that's a good
talking
thing?
about no, give 50% EWS reservation to everybody and make
And
societal
what a-
laws
what about
that
and what about sorry, what about caste-based reservation?
remove them. Everything, remove them.
Why?
Because we want to remove caste from the society. Because
Yeah. So
do you know about
caste. How would you remove caste from society without helping people who are at the receiving end of casteism? Uh, you know, have access to resources. That's what caste-based reservation does, right?
no? What is does
Yeah, it
what
does.
it does is that yeah, there has been 75 years of caste based
इसका
reservation,
मैं
and this
आंसर
75
करूं
years
आपको?
of caste based reservation, yeah, hasn't
मैं आपको एक
really
आंसर करता हूँ.
have helped change the overall situation.
नहीं नहीं,
Sparsh,
काफी हद तक हेल्प हुई है,
before you
काफी
start,
हद तक हेल्प हुई है.
yeah,
Yeah.
before you start, I just want to point out, ki Light, how long do you think casteism has existed?
Before that, I want to talk about. Do you know
Light,
about?
what I asked you a question.
Uh,
Light. I asked you a question. How
okay,
long do you think casteism has existed?
the current from 500 years. The current from.
Right. So do you think we can have reservation for 500 years? At least 500 years to hona chahiye na. Casteism existed for at least 500 years. Let's have reservation
Okay,
for
I'll
500
give.
years and then we can
Okay,
stop
okay,
it.
okay. Okay, I'll give an example. So the Confucian society had the caste-based society,
Light,
which
light, light,
involved
light, light,
China.
light, 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 light. Sir, अपन ओडिया की.
Okay, no.
Okay. So Sparsh wanted to say something. Sparsh, go on.
या मैं आपको
Okay.
बताना चाह रहा था कि कास्ट बेस्ड रिजर्वेशन इसलिए जरूरी है क्योंकि आप एक इकोनॉमिकली वेल बैकग्राउंड से हो सकते हो, फिर भी आपके साथ कास्ट बेस्ड डिस्क्रिमिनेशन हो सकती है. आप एयरप्लेन में फर्स्ट क्लास टिकट ले सकते हो, फिर भी आपके साथ कास्ट बेस्ड डिस्क्रिमिनेशन हो सकती है। जब आपको एग्जांपल देता हूँ, थोड़ा कास्ट से अलग है, पर आपको एग्जांपल देता हूँ। महात्मा गांधी साउथ अफ्रीका में डिस्क्रिमिनेशन हुई थी उनके साथ ट्रेन टिकट को लेकर, याद है आपको इंसिडेंट वो?
Yes.
तो वो काफी अमीर बैकग्राउंड से थे, महात्मा गांधी वॉज वेरी रिच, पर उनके साथ उनके कलर के बेस पर डिस्क्रिमिनेशन फिर भी हो गई थी, जबकि उनके पास अच्छी महंगी टिकट थी।
Okay.
द पॉइंट इज कास्ट डिस्क्रिमिनेशन अमीर कास्ट वाले के साथ भी हो सकती है। आप उसको अपने आप से अलग नहीं कर सकते, क्योंकि लोग आपको उसी नजरों से देखते हैं, कास्ट की नजरों से, चाहे आप एक आईएएस ऑफिसर ही बन जाओ। ये पॉइंट है सारा कि कास्ट को हम लोग कास्टिज्म करते हैं, इसलिए रिजर्वेशन है। आप रिजर्वेशन के अगेंस्ट क्यों जा रहे हो? आपको अगेंस्ट जाना है, कास्टिज्म के अगेंस्ट जाओ, कास्टिज्म हटा दो, कास्ट हटा दो, रिजर्वेशन अपने आप हट
No,
जाएगी।
no, no. No, the thing is, this system is growing, and people are demanding more and more reservation in every sector. They are demanding casteism, demanding
It's not
reservation in
casteism,
private.
it's reservation.
No, that's they are asking for reservation in private sector as well. So
Yeah, they should.
the thing is,
And that's a good thing. That's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
I think what you're failing to
okay,
understand is that, Light, what you're failing to understand is that caste based discrimination happens to people regardless of how rich they are. The president of India experiences caste based discrimination. There are even Akhilesh Yadav goes to a temple and the temple is washed after he goes there. So clearly, caste based discrimination is not limited to economic hardships, right? So जो गरीब है उनको डेफिनेटली हेल्प करो, और उनको हेल्प करने के लिए हमारे पास स्कीम्स हैं, बट कास्ट बेस्ड डिस्क्रिमिनेशन इज समथिंग दैट कैन ओनली बी काउंटर्ड बाय रिजर्वेशन ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ कास्ट, एंड दैट इज डेफिनेटली
okay,
समथिंग दैट शुड हैपन मोर एंड मोर.
okay. Let me give a counterpoint. So, okay. So, do you know about the Barakuman in Japan?
No, I don't. Please tell me.
So they are the untouchables of Japan. So
You mean
what?
they have been, when you say they're the untouchables of Japan, let me just clarify something. Do you like in Japanese society, if they try to do something other than their ancestral caste, they're tortured and killed?
Yes, up to the Edo period.
Up to the Edo period. So they're not they don't have that right now, right?
Yes, but
They
they
don't have
didn't.
it? Hold on.
They don't.
Clarify karo na. Yeah,
Yeah,
clarify
they don't
karo.
have it
They
right
don't
now.
they don't do that now?
Yeah.
Okay. So the difference between that and this is that this casteism in India happens today. People are
No.
tortured and killed because of
Okay,
caste
I'll
conflict.
tell you what removed it. It got removed because of industrialization and capitalism. So both the things, the left and the socialists don't support.
But look, okay, so you start your whatever variety of industrialization you're talking about, you start it now. How much time will it take for casteism to go away?
A generation, 50 years.
Okay, so can we have reservation until then?
So my problem is that
No, I asked you a question. Bhaiya, why are you jumping away? I asked you a question. If you're saying we can have some industrialization or capitalism, which I don't agree with that it's going to change things, but if you think that that is going to change matters and it is going to take 50 years for casteism to disappear from Indian society as a result of that, will you be okay with the reservation existing for 50 years?
No,
Why not?
because the reservation itself is entrenching caste into the society. Even if
Do you think
those
Hinduism
lines
is
are not,
do you think casteism exists independent, like before reservation there was no casteism?
I I okay. I think that caste is a pre-industrial pre-industrial societal structure been uh, uh, that has been kept alive by society, kept
No,
alive by
no.
society in
Listen,
India.
listen, listen. I'm saying this. It's a very simple equation. Caste exists, so
Yeah.
reservation is brought in to deal with it.
Okay.
So reservation did not exist before caste existed, right?
Okay.
Reservation exists because caste exists.
Okay.
If you remove reservation, caste still exists because it can exist without reservation. If you remove
Okay.
caste, reservation doesn't have to exist. So would you be
I
okay if we had reservation for whatever duration of time you're saying caste will exist? I mean, caste will take to go away, and then we remove reservation. If caste goes away, reservation automatically goes away.
Okay.
No?
Can I give a counterpoint?
Huh?
Okay. Caste has not been only a Indian phenomena. So let me give another example from an European society.
I'm
Okay.
not a European person. I'm an Indian person. I've
No,
seen
no,
caste
no. But
happen in India. A lot of bullshit happens in India in the name of casteism. Rich people do casteism. Well-educated people do casteism. Industrialized people do casteism. Capitalists do casteism. Leftists do casteism. Caste is such an entrenched part of Indian society, and it has been an entrenched part of Indian society since before reservations were brought in. So I don't understand why you think reservation is a problem, but caste is not a problem. This is like saying, crime exists. Crime exists. The police is created to deal with crime. We should remove the police and then crime will go away.
no, my point is that the caste thing is a um is a yes, it is a problem. Yeah, it's in
Mm,
society, but
thank
the
you.
way of dealing with this is not the way of creating certificates and giving incentive to people to feel forever victimized.
No,
And there
it's not
are
an incentive to feel victimized. It's an incentive to empower themselves so that they can slap people in the face with their qualifications. So if you're from a scheduled caste and you are getting an opportunity through a government mandate through to make something of yourself, you are a going to make a better life for yourself, and b you're going to be an inspiration for other people in your society, that look, people like us can also do good things, great things. That is what it
okay. So
does. I think light light
so
light 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 I'm going to end this conversation because we are really out of time. I just want to give Sparsh an opportunity to say something at the Sparsh, do you want to add something?
या आई गेट हिज पॉइंट। काफी लोगों को ऐसा लगता है कि कास्ट रिजर्वेशन देना एक सही तरीका नहीं है उसको सॉल्व करने का, पर आई थिंक आपको थोड़ा और रिसर्च करना चाहिए कि रिजर्वेशन का आइडिया कहाँ से आया था, वो जब ओरिजिनेट हुआ था कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के अंदर तो उसमें क्या स्टोरी रही, क्या क्या ऑब्जर्वेशन रही। आपको बाबा साहेब की थोड़ी चीजें पढ़नी चाहिए, किताबें पढ़नी चाहिए, तो आपको समझ में आएगा कि क्यों कास्ट रिजर्वेशन नीड है। और ऐसी जगह नहीं है कि कास्ट, आपको लगता है कि कास्ट बाकी जगह थी, बाकी रिजर्वेशन नहीं मिलती है, झूठ है। अमेरिका में भी एफर्मेटिव एक्शन नाम की चीज होती है जहाँ पे माइनॉरिटीज को, ब्लैक्स को कुछ टाइप की बेनिफिट्स और रिजर्वेशंस मिलती हैं। तो रिजर्वेशन वाला एक आइडिया सॉल्व करने के एज अ सॉल्यूशन एक वैलिड सॉल्यूशन है और वो बाकी जगह भी यूज हुआ है और सक्सेस भी मिली है। इंडिया में कास्ट बहुत
और इसको
ज्यादा है, पॉपुलेशन बहुत
पॉजिटिव
ज्यादा है,
डिस्क्रिमिनेशन
हमें
कहते हैं
उसका
इसको।
इफेक्ट नहीं दिखता। हाँ, हमें उसका इफेक्ट थोड़ा कम दिखता है क्योंकि हमें पता नहीं है, पर इफेक्ट उसका है, अच्छा खासा इफेक्ट है उसका, टेंशन मत
नहीं
लीजिए,
नहीं,
उसका बहुत
एक
अच्छा
और भी
इफेक्ट है
स्पर्श
कास्ट
ऐड
रिजर्वेशन
करूंगा।
का।
हमें इसका इफेक्ट नहीं
हाँ,
दिखता क्योंकि हमें इसका फायदा नहीं होता। जिसको फायदा होता है उसका
हाँ,
इफेक्ट अच्छे से दिखता है और वो इसके लिए लड़ते भी हैं।
यस, दैट्स द
दैट इज द
पॉइंट।
रीजन द इंडिया अलायंस दिस टाइम, उनके
हाँ,
मैनिफेस्टो में क्लियरली लिखा था कि हम लोग रिजर्वेशन के ऊपर बहुत ज्यादा फोकस करने वाले हैं। दैट इज द रीजन दे डिड वेल बिकॉज मोस्ट पीपल इन इंडिया पॉपुलेशन वाइज डू अंडरस्टैंड दैट इट इज वैल्यूएबल। अगर उनको नहीं लगता ना तो वो लोग नहीं सपोर्ट करते इन लोगों को। और दूसरी बात ये है कि when we look at these issues from the point of view of a Savarna person, of an upper caste person or a so-called upper caste person, we are not going to see the problem with it because these problems are not affecting us. In fact, our ancestors
okay,
created these problems.
okay. Let me give you an
थैंक यू
example.
मुकेश फॉर सब्सक्राइबिंग।
Uh, okay, let me give you an example. So there is a slogan for Brahmins leave the country. They are Eurasians. So that's a slogan that's being raised, and those things are being propagated in society currently as well by the
Light, are you a Brahmin?
by the, yes.
Okay. Oh, इतना टाइम क्यों लगा yes बोलने में?
And
So I
no,
obviously don't support anyone being thrown out of the country for their caste. But I hope you understand
no,
where these people are coming from. I hope you understand कि when you hear a person from a scheduled caste say that you guys should leave the country. You're not from India. They're talking about a certain historical awareness about the kind of things that they have had to hear for generations, the kind of thing that they still have to hear, the kind of things they have to hear despite getting well educated and powerful. So if
Yeah,
if
I
if
support strict.
if
I support strict laws that even if a single instance of thing about casteism occurs, they should be jailed. The person doing that should be jailed. If ST is doing to the Brahmins, they should be jailed. If Brahmins are doing to the SC/ST, they should be jailed. The thing is, caste should be not tolerated at any level. My point is
Hmm.
that.
Okay, good. I agree with you. But the point is, when you say that SC/ST doing it to upper caste should not be tolerated, where did you see this happening?
See,
Did you? When was the last
the
time
thing
you
is,
saw? When was the last time you saw a Brahman being discriminated against? And हम तेरे हाथ का पानी नहीं पिएंगे. If you try to do something other than the profession that was given to you by your ancestors, we are going to bully you, harass you into suicide. I think, like Sparsh pointed out, that you need to read some books by Dr. Ambedkar. I think what you really need to read is the fucking newspaper, because you will find out that every day caste crimes are happening, and for some reason, like the utter lack of awareness among people from my category about how horrendously spread out caste issues are is just bewildering to me. Like, it's like we're living on some other planet. The rest of the country is completely aware that these things are terrible and they're happening every day, but हमको पता ही नहीं चल रहा है कि हो रहा है, और हम लोग ये घर पे बैठ के जो रिजर्वेशन नहीं होना चाहिए वगैरह ये बकवास करते रहते हैं. But light, I'm going to end the conversation here because we're already at 1 hour 24 minutes now.
Yeah.
Hold on.
मैं इसका एक बार लास्ट आंसर कर देता हूँ. मुझे ऐसे लोग मिलते हैं जो कहते हैं कि यार ये कास्टिज्म इशू लॉ एंड ऑर्डर का इशू है, पर ये लोग समझते नहीं है. एक बार थोड़ा पैरेलल्स दिखाता हूँ आपको थोड़ा सा. मान लो एक बार मेन ने विमेन को ऑप्रेस किया, हमने विमेन को रिजर्वेशंस दी.
First, एक second. I want to take Manish, but Manish, please turn off your web camera. खाली ऑडियो से हो. या हाँ, स्पर्श बोलिए, आपके बाद मनीष को लेते हैं.
हाँ, तो मैं कह रहा था कि उनको ऐसा लगता है लॉ एंड ऑर्डर का प्रॉब्लम है, बट समझते नहीं है कि लॉ एंड ऑर्डर का प्रॉब्लम भी आप एक तक हद तक लॉ एंड ऑर्डर संभाल सकती है, बट द पॉइंट इज जो हमारे माइंड का जो प्रॉब्लम होता है ना उनको डिस्क्रिमिनेट करने में. जैसे मैंने उनको डिस्क्रिमिनेट किया, हमने मेट्रो में अलग सीट्स दे दी. अब आप तुम बोलोगे हैरेसमेंट हो रही, तो ये लॉ एंड ऑर्डर का प्रॉब्लम है, मेट्रो में अलग डिब्बा क्यों दे रहे हो. बट द पॉइंट इज हमें वो जरूरत है, लॉ एंड ऑर्डर की भी एक लिमिट है, वो हर जगह प्रेजेंट नहीं हो सकती. और एक मेंटालिटी की भी वो होती है कि अगर वो कुछ कर भी नहीं रहा है इंसान, वो वुमेन को हरास मेंटली भी कर सकता है. तो वो मेंटल डिस्क्रिमिनेशन भी है ना, साइकोलॉजिकल डिस्क्रिमिनेशन, कि मैं थोड़ा दूर हट के बैठूं या बात ना करूं. अब कोई आपसे बात नहीं कर रहा है कास्ट के लिए, उसमें पुलिस में थोड़ी चले जाओगे, मुझसे दोस्ती नहीं कर रहा है कास्ट के लिए, उसमें लॉ थोड़ी काम करेगा.
और कई बार ये डिस्क्रिमिनेशन तो मतलब सीधे खुले बोल के भी नहीं करते ना. बोलेंगे कि हमने नौकरी नहीं दी क्योंकि उसके पास क्वालिफिकेशन नहीं थी, जबकि असल कारण होगा कि तुमने उसका कास्ट देख के उसको नौकरी नहीं दी.